Self-acceptance is a theme that is often talked about, and therefore it can be asked, in which ways is it and is it not good to accept ourselves? Let's start off with the way in which it seems to be a good thing and even necessary to accept ourselves. Would we at all progress as people, meaning develop and mature? What is that way? That way can perhaps be stated as that I need to accept myself in all aspects, such as are given to me and such as are not susceptible to change, meaning all of that which cannot be changed about me, all of that which is not a question of fleshing out what is already in me and developing what in some sense I already am, ought to be accepted, and radically so, meaning completely no ifs, ands, or buts. What are some examples? Well, when I was born, right? I may fall in love with some or another previous century, the early 1900s, although perhaps there are some people still living from then, the 1800s, the 1700s, medieval times, whatever the case might be. I may desperately wish to have been born in previous centuries or millennia, and yet I was born just when I was born. Further, I was born to the parents, at least biologically, such to whom I was born. And no matter how much I want to have different biological parents, man or woman, I wish I was just born to, this A-list movie star, or to my friend's parents. Can't do that. I have the biological parents that I do have, right? And a million other such biographical details. I was born where I was born. I was born in the home or that I was born in, if any. Perhaps I was born homeless. My family had or has the economic, social status that it does have or had. All these things, they were what they were. They are what they are. Further features concerning our bodies. Indeed, some things could be done to perhaps become taller, but generally height is a given. I'm right around the height that I am, and of course, nutrition in childhood should be optimized, and perhaps that can lead to higher height, but basically I accept my height, I accept my eye color, more or less. Again, there's all these asterisks, so you put in the context, okay, you can put in context, but without context, my eye color is what it is. Naturally, my hair color is what it is, if I have any hair. Naturally, my bone structure of my face is what it is. Naturally, my propensity to be a little bit on the heftier side or a little bit on the feather side is what it is. All of these things, they're given to me. Right? And therefore, if I accept them, right, and I radically accept myself in this way, I can have a firm foundation on which to build and from which to progress. And if I don't accept myself in this way, then I can spend a lifetime of running fool's errands, of wondering and fantasizing what could have been or should have been, living in alternate universes. Again, if only I was born 300 years ago to the king or queen, if only I was born 2 feet taller, if only I looked like that person, if only I had the bone structure of that other person, yada yada, so forth and so on. If only I was born to a richer family or a poor family, maybe that's what I want. Right? If only I had different opportunities when I was growing up. No, accept all of that. Accept everything that cannot be changed about us. Everything that cannot be construed as a development of what we already are, which is what we want to get to next. Accept all of that. Now, what then sort of self-acceptance is not conducive to our good? Well, one sort would be to accept ourselves in the capacity of character, in the aspects of our vices and moral faults. Meaning, if I take myself as I am, let's say that I have the propensity to light things on fire that are not my own, meaning people's homes and all kinds of things. I'm an arsonist. Let's say I have the tendency to violently assault strangers out of nowhere. Let's say I have the tendency to be a thief, and so forth. I should not accept myself in this way. I should accept that I have these natural inclinations, if I do. I should accept that I have done what I did, but I should not accept myself in the sense of complacency going forward. I should not try to readjust my view of the world in order to make myself out to be the good guy or girl when otherwise I would not be the good guy or girl. Oh, the strangers deserve to be assaulted. Oh, people deserve to have their homes set on fire. No, that's the logic of criminality, and we want no part of that. So do not accept myself in the sense of saying my character is just fine. I'm already the saintliest, most perfect person. My morality is just fine. I'm amazing just the way that I am. No, ever striving towards higher and more refined ideals. Meaning, to take an analogy, a low ideal in a sport, let's say basketball, is the kid on my block that plays at the level that he or she plays at. A higher ideal of basketball is a great college player. An even higher ideal is a professional player, and even higher is the best professional player. So we're constantly trying to take the best ideals of what it means to be a human being, of what it means to have a good character, and we're trying to strive towards those ideals and not accept ourselves in the complacent sense concerning our character, concerning our ethical standing, meaning whether we're good or not so good, to so frame it. Further, it could be offered that life is all about, as was before mentioned, taking that which I already am at some level and fleshing it out, growing it. So, for example, being an oak tree is about taking the seed, or the acorn, should we say, such as is of the oak variety, and then putting it in good conditions for growth. Water, sunlight, keep the deer out so they don't eat it while it's small. And then hopefully the acorn will grow into a sturdy, mighty oak. So becoming who we are is not a question of, or proper development and maturation. It is not a matter of making something up, right? Let's say that I was born a person, but I like birds. So I say I want to be a bird. Right? Let me keep doing this, and maybe eventually I'll be a bird. Let me attach feathers to myself, and I'll eventually, I'll be a bird. No, I won't. I will never be a bird, because being a bird is not part and parcel of what it means to be a person. I will not and cannot be anybody else but who I already am at some level. Right? Meaning, again, the oak tree or the acorn will never grow into a tomato plant. It will never grow into a cucumber plant. It can only grow into an oak tree. A baby bird can only become an adult bird and fly. And just so, myself, I can only become myself. Now, that is not to say, again, that I am destined to become anything bad. That is generally in light of, again, our poor character and our poor choices and such. The whole point is to make the right choices and to work on our character and to become to the fullest that which we are in potential. So, for example, perhaps I have a natural gift, artistic gift. Somebody that doesn't have that gift, they can never be the artist that I could be if I flesh that gift out. I have natural athletic ability. Let me become the best athlete that I can be. I have natural ability to be kind to others and to relate to others and understand others. Let me not impede that at all with my conflicts and complexes and become the kindest person that I can be, and so forth. Arguably, everything that is innate in us, that is part of that seed that we start out in life as, is good. The bad is added from without by our poor choices, and admittedly, also environmental factors can add some complications. Right, so in that way also, we don't want to accept ourselves as a seed. I'm just the seed, as an analogy, obviously. And I accept myself as a seed. I'm just a little sprout. I accept myself as a little sprout permanently. That's all I want to be. Right? To use another analogy, I'm just a caterpillar, which could be a beautiful butterfly, but I always want to be a caterpillar. I accept myself as a caterpillar. No, I want to be a full oak tree. I want to be a beautiful butterfly. And even though right now I'm just an acorn or a sapling or a caterpillar, I'm willing to continue to mature to become everything that I can be. So, also in this way, I don't accept myself ultimately, and I keep striving to become everything that I can be, that I meant, so to speak, to be, that I could, in principle, be. So, to summarize, we asked, as it concerns self acceptance, what are good ways to accept ourselves and what are bad ways to accept ourselves? Good ways to accept ourselves means radical, complete self acceptance concerning everything that we cannot change. Out of envy, out of jealousy, those are different. Out of our fantasies, we may wish very passionately to have been somebody else, to have been born somebody else in a different set of circumstances, to different parents, in a different society, in a different time, whatever the case might be. To look like somebody else, all of that, to have somebody else's abilities or intelligence or beauty, what have we. No, I accept myself just as I am in that sense. It is what it is. Here's the deck of cards that I have, for better or for worse. Better than some other deck of cards, worse than some other deck of cards. But it's my own deck of cards, and it's the one that I need to play. However, I do not accept myself in terms of character. I do not say that my character is already perfect, right? That I am already the goodest person that there can possibly be. No, I can definitely be better as a person. Further, I do not accept my present immaturity and lack of development. I do not say that I want to always be the equivalent of a caterpillar or an acorn, to use those analogies. No, I want to be equivalent, as an analogy, to the oak tree and to the beautiful butterfly. So I will keep pushing and striving and hoping to mature and develop to the utmost without being complacent in that regard either. So those are some distinctions concerning the topic of self-acceptance, and we can consider them. Thank you for listening.